Just when Benjamin Netanyahu he thought that he had a clear path forward in the Middle East, everything shifted, and that too really fast. Welcome to TimesXP's War Report, and the entire world is now watching a high-stakes showdown between Washington and Tehran, while Israel scrambles to adjust in real time. Tensions are sky high, missiles are flying, and every move feels like it could tip the balance. Well, at the center of all of this is Donald Trump, who appears to be quietly pushing back-channel talks with Iran. Even as missiles continue to rain over Israeli cities and the battlefield heats up, reports say that Trump's team they sent a 15-point plan to Iran, calling for ceasefire, nuclear limits, and end to regional tensions. It is delivered through Pakistan as an intermediary. Well, the idea here is to calm the whole situation. But Tehran has publicly mocked the claims, insisting that there has been no real contact and accusing the US of negotiating with itself. What a huge embarrassment. In the meantime, for Israel, this has become a strategic nightmare. Having coordinated earlier strikes with the US against Iran's facility, Jerusalem now fears that Washington's shift towards diplomacy it could really undermine its Cold War goals, from dismantling Iran's nuclear and missile program to weakening its regional proxies. In the meantime, analysts warn that such talks they could reward Tehran's aggression without real concession here, leaving Israel in a very dangerous gray zone. And yet, the battlefield that tells a very harsh story. Iran continues firing missiles into Israel, exposing weaknesses in defense system and injuring the civilians as well. A stark reminder that the violence, it hasn't stopped. Airstrikes between Iran and Israel persist, even as Washington, they dismiss any notion of negotiations. And wait, adding to the chaos, ladies and gentlemen, Trump reportedly postponed a threatened ultimatum in the Strait of Hormuz, the vital global oil route. Tehran could potentially mine the strait though, creating a global energy crisis. Markets, they are jittery, signaling both fear and cautious hope that diplomacy might prevent an even bigger disaster here. But this is not about missiles or maps anymore. Deep diplomatic fear looms on both the ends. Some Iranian officials suspect that the US outreach it might be a trap to target the key leader, reflecting long-standing mistrust after previous military actions here. Well, behind the scenes channels indicating indirect contacts through other powers, having quietly reassured both the sides that neither intends a primitive strike even as the war rages on. But in Washington, the Trump administration is caught between two pressures. First pressure, hardliners demanding maximum action on Iran, and second, diplomats urging a way to avoid a wider war. Well, this has led to very conflicting statements, with the US claiming progress while Iran denying any direct engagement. Ladies and gentlemen, the stakes couldn't be higher. This particular conflict has already soared the energy prices, disrupted the global trade route, and forced the powers around the globe to take sides, balancing call for peace, and that too with strategic interest. So in the end, the bigger question looms larger than ever. Has Trump truly pulled back from the military escalation? Is this diplomatic move really genuine, or is it just a pause before the next big strike? Can Israel trust the US intentions? And that too when Tehran's missiles are still flying overhead. One thing is certain here, this is far from over. Every decision, be it from Washington, be it from Tehran, be it from Jerusalem, it could reshape the future of the Middle East and the world itself.